Movie friends, welcome back again to another Dead Meat video. We're doing all of the original Friday the 13th films, so we're going to get those out of the way. If you like this type of content, always be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and share the content. We really appreciate it. If you guys want to support us even farther, go to our Patreon page at the Retro Movie Club. Link is always in the description. Support us on there. We're always trying to bring out content from just whatever you guys want to see, mostly horror related, but if you love horror content, definitely try to support the channel because we definitely want to do more horror content in the future. Anyways, this is a reaction for Dead Meat, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, I used to love this movie back in the day. Back in the day when I was a kid, I used to just watch movies blindly. I wouldn't think about it too much. I would just watch it just for the fun of it. And it was always something creepy about the little boy Jason coming in at the window and stuff and talking to the girl. I always thought that was creepy. And I always had a weird crush on the main actress in this movie. I always had slightly had a crush on her. I don't know why. I just thought she was cute. Watching the last time I saw Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, was probably going on about, oh god, 4 or 5 years ago. I haven't watched it. It's not one I go back and watch all the time. It's not one, when I watch Friday the 13th, I normally watch the first 4 movies the most of all the Friday films. I just enjoy those ones the most. I love the camp settings. I love the feeling that those ones give off. To me, it's enjoyable. Part 8, man, when you're thinking about, on the bright side, this was more gorier than Part 7. Part 7's a better movie overall, but gorier than Part 7. And Kane Hodder is still badass as Jason. That best parts about the movie. Best kill for me has to go to, I've always loved the principal's death. The principal, the douchebag, loved his death. That guy passed away last year, a little bit mid last year or late last year. So may he rest in peace. But yeah, I love the death when he gets picked up and shoved into like a dirty trash can filled with like just waste and a dead mouse, and he just drowns him. Love that scene. Love that scene to death. Love his death. He deserved it. He was a douchebag the whole movie. Great stuff. That's my favorite death of the movie. My least favorite death is probably the teacher who looked after the girl. I would say the teacher who looked after the girl. She literally, her death was just so abrupt and just, wow, okay, she's gone. She's just gone. She blew up in a car, and that was it. That was it. I was gonna say Jason's death because his fucking death made no sense, but we're gonna hear what James has to say about this because I'm curious. Of course, if you want to comment yours down below, let me know. So, 3, 2, 1. Jason Takes Manhattan. Here we go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims
And all our favorite horror movies.
I'm James H. Janice, and today we're looking at Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which really should have been titled Jason on a Boat. The last Friday movie of the 80s that came out in 1989, and in many ways this film is a milestone in the series. For instance, it's the first time Jason was played by a repeat actor, with Kane Hodder reprising the role, which is great. But it's also the film that broke Paramount's reluctant support of the series because it had the lowest box office yet, and also because the movies were getting kind of embarrassing. After this, they'd sell the property off to New Line, and Jason would lie dormant for 4 years before returning to the screen and going to hell. Jason Takes Manhattan is also the most ridiculous movie in the series so far. Jason for sure teleports all over the place now. The ghost of his younger self keeps popping up to check in on leading lady Rennie. We've got hair metal music video sequences, and really, the whole fucking thing is just a mess. But as a kid, I actually really liked this one, mostly because it was something different, and also because I really dug that Metropolis song in the opening credits.
Fallen angels, yeah, the night.
Now I feel ashamed about both of those opinions, so let's quickly move on to the kills.
It's a good song, man. It's a good song.
The movie starts
Darkest
off with
side
a
of the
montage
night.
of 80s New York, showing it to be the place of our worst nightmares. A place of muggings and barrels of sewage and junkies. Hey guys, could we hold on that shot of the junkies shooting up for like 10 more minutes? Thank you. Yeah, just keep it rolling. That's what the people want to see. Anyway, if you're excited for Jason to get to all these charming locales, you'll have to wait over an hour because this movie's subtitle is just a dirty, dirty lie. Instead, we start right back at home on Crystal Lake, where pretty boy Jim Miller, God, he is really pretty, and his girlfriend Susie Donaldson Carlson are getting frisky on his boat. He spooks her with the tale of Jason before his anchor drags over an electric cable that brings Jason back to life from his New Blood resting place. He climbs aboard, and since Jimmy conveniently owns an exact replica of his hockey mask, axe mark and all, he suits up and is ready to kill for another 90 minutes. He misses the horny teens with a spear gun, but quickly makes up for it by sticking Jimmy in the gut with the gun itself. This kill actually always really confused me as a kid. I thought that those were fake organs on the gun, and that they were accidentally already there when he stabs Jimmy in the gut. Turns out that's just what spear guns look like. Either way, Jimmy dies up against the window, rubbing his bloody hand against it and leaving a mark. I actually kind of like that shot. Jason goes deckside and finds Susie hiding. He uses the spear he missed with and gives her the most menacingly slow stab I've ever seen. Like, she had time to write a will while he was bringing that thing down on her. He finally sticks it into a fake torso with very prominent fake nipples. Decent start to a Friday movie, and if you like seeing Jason kill people on a boat, oh man, do we have the movie for you. With the setup kills out of the way, we wander into plot territory.
I like that opening.
Where we meet the star of the show, Rennie. She's coming aboard this high school graduation cruise ship, awesome, even though her uncle Charles, who's also a teacher, doesn't want her to, since she's afraid of water. But her other teacher, Colleen, is adamant about it, so Rennie takes her pup Toby and joins the rest of her graduating class, which is like a dozen people, I guess, including her boyfriend Sean, who has a hard time opening doors. His dad is the captain of this ship, and apparently an admiral. I don't know in what navy, but it doesn't matter. Let's get this ship on the road. Now, everyone knows, of course, that Crystal Lake is attached to the ocean or a river or some body of water that leads to New York City, right? So it makes total and complete sense when Jason just drifts into harbor and climbs aboard the SS teen victim. Yeah.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
No time finding his next victim, hair rocker JJ, who's jamming out in the bowels of the ship. A guitar to the face stops her rocking and her life. Don't worry, JJ. Jason saved you some embarrassment. Hair metal was on its way out. Thanks, Nirvana. As night descends, the rest of the ship is pretty poppin'. There's an underground boxing circuit where champion Julius reigns supreme. He's getting adored by these two ladies with big ol' 80s hair. They're both super stereotypical. The blonde Tamara is, of course, the bitchy prom queen.
I'm talking to the prom queen, Eva.
And the Asian chick, played by Kelly Hu, guess what she's worried about?
It's not that. It's just, you know, if we get caught, I could lose my science scholarship and everything.
Great character writing, top notch. While they're doing bumps of nose candy, Rennie is seeing images of childhood Jason that are hilariously cheesy. We don't get another kill until 30 minutes in. Jason comes upon the boxing guy that Julius defeated earlier and sticks a sauna rock through his chest. I don't know what I like more, the guy wriggling violently or the fact that his organs were apparently flammable. Also, that looked like a shitty cruise ship on the outside, but it's got a sauna on board? Sign me up.
Fuck yeah.
Tamara really leaning into the blonde bitch role by pushing Rennie into the water, where we get more cheesy child Jason, followed by some bloody sink water, and don't worry, even more cheesy kid Jason when he comes out of the mirror and has a gay old time choking Rennie. Seriously, that kid looks like he's having a blast. Good for him. You gotta make sure kids have enough playtime in their development, you know? Tamara solidifies her blonde bitch bona fides by blackmailing Charles with geeky Wayne and his video camera, and this doesn't really go anywhere because in the very next scene, Jason busts in on her after a shower, breaks apart her bathroom mirror, and then stabs her with a shard of the broken glass. I know she was a bitchy antagonist, but this kill always made me feel bad. Something about how sharp that glass looks, and also the way she's cowered up in that corner crying for mercy. Way to affect me emotionally, Jason Takes Manhattan. The ship heads into a storm, which is the perfect time to amp up the killings, so Jason takes it to the bridge. First, he kills Chief Engineer Jim Carlson with a harpoon to the back multiple times, just really getting in there and making sure the job's done. I do like the fact that this is shot from outside the bridge and is nearly silent. It's a nice touch. He then makes the captain go down with the ship by slitting Admiral Robertson's throat with a machete. This is one of the kills they do in choppy slow motion for some reason, maybe so we can enjoy this guy's acting. Oh, what? My throat? No.
Doesn't he slit his throat with the other side of the blade, though? I guess he used the tip.
Out, seeing his dad's dead body and all, he summons all the teens to the bridge to tell them there's a killer on board. Julius takes a leadership role, which leads to one of the few times in the series where people actually arm up and go after Jason, which, you know, is kind of cool. Yeah. Their man-child hunt doesn't do any good for Eva, though, who wanders onto an 80s dance floor of death, where Jason teleports around the room multiple times before raising her into the air and strangling her to death.
He's just supernatural.
Saving her from having to listen to any more of that shitty 80s music. By the way, Kelly Hu is a pro. Her body looks lifeless AF.
Don't you diss the 80s, man.
While on the hunt for Jason, we get one of those random non-Jason kills after nerdy Wayne loses his glasses and blindly shoots a random crew member to death. Sucks for this crew member. He's in a Jason movie and he doesn't even get killed by Jason. Also, Wayne, that's manslaughter, dude. Good luck defending yourself in a maritime court. Oh wait, you're probably not gonna have to worry about that since Jason shows up and tosses him into the ship's circuit board or whatever, resulting in an immediate electrical explosion in true Friday the 13th fashion. An artsy close-up on Wayne's hand as he dies almost tricks the audience into caring about him, but not really. I mean, he was a fucking nerd. Underdeveloped character Miles is the next guy to go. He climbs the mast of the ship to get away from Jason, but that doesn't help because, guys, did we mention that Jason can definitely teleport now? Because he does. He teleports right up the mast and tosses Miles down onto a weather vane, killing him. A lot of the kills in this movie were censored by the ratings board, just like with part 7, but I kind of like the way this one is shot.
Yeah.
Jason then throws Julius overboard, but don't worry, he'll be back later on in the best scene of this movie. While Rennie gets attacked by Jason and hallucinates
one of the best scenes, yeah,
little boy version some more, Uncle Charles is trying to hunt down the deckhand who he thinks is responsible for the murders. To be fair, the deckhand is not great at making himself look not shady. But alas, Charles is proven wrong when the deckhand stumbles into view with an axe through his back. I'd say that's pretty conclusive evidence that he is not, in fact, the murderer. Good job, deckhand. The court of dead meat finds you not guilty. Just really dead. Oh yeah, also, you might remember there were a bunch of other kids. They were like white people dancing on the ship before. Apparently, they all drowned.
Oh, wait! I left the others in the restaurant.
There is no more restaurant.
I'm not gonna count those because who knows how many red shirts that was, but kind of unceremonious of the film to do that when they could have gotten a lot more fun kills.
They could have.
It is finally
they could have had a ball, like a party room massacre. He goes in there with like a machete or an axe and just goes nuts.
The survivors get onto a lifeboat, rescuing Julius in the process, and row their asses for an entire day and night until they reach New York City, or rather alleyways in Vancouver, because that's all they could afford. Jason inexplicably follows them and has a cute moment with a billboard. Then Rennie gets kidnapped by those junkies and holy shit, forcefully drugged? Wow, Jason Takes Manhattan, you really went there. Jason shows up and
we're about to rape her,
first sticking a needle through Holmes's back when he's trying to force himself onto Rennie, because might as well make that scene even more horrific with some attempted rape. Pretty bad when Jason's the good guy in the scene.
Yeah.
Holmes's partner Jojo shows up and gets mad that Jason's on his turf, so he shoots him a couple of times before Jason slams his head into a pipe. The guy should have known. I'm sure everyone always told him he would die if he kept hitting that pipe. Just kidding, they weren't smoking crack, they were shooting up heroin. Rennie runs away, saved by Jason.
Can't believe they, forced
now it's finally
heroin
time
on
for
her.
that awesome scene I teased earlier. And for once, I'm not liking something ironically. Julius runs into Jason on a rooftop and decides to put his boxing skills to the test. He then proceeds to punch Jason for over a minute straight. He really actually is
punching him.
Jabbing him in the face, giving him a bunch of body blows.
He said, just go for it, man.
Again across this rooftop. The scene is made awesome by the long shots, the total lack of music, and the fact that Kane Hodder is literally taking all these punches in real life. Julius finally gets tired and gives one badass final line.
Take your best shot. Motherfucker.
Before Jason obliges and KOs him with a single decapitating punch, putting a neat little button on this wonderful sequence.
Great moment.
Best part of it all, he didn't even litter. Jason is one thoughtful tourist. At this point, I look at the runtime and shriek because there's still 25 minutes left of this movie? I don't know how, but let's do it. Okay, a friendly Irish cop tries to help out the remaining survivors, but gets ambushed by Jason, who drags him off into an alley and kills him off screen. Sad day, I'm sure that guy was just a week away from retirement.
Probably.
Rennie climbs over the seat in this very realistic cop car and first hits adult real Jason, and then slams into child fake Jason in his most hilarious appearance yet. This causes her to slam the car into a fiery mess, which explodes and kills Colleen. Man, another accidental death, this time at the hands of our protagonist. You better step it up, Jason, you're letting other people rack up kills in your movie. Rennie has a flashback, remembering how much of a dick Uncle Charles was and why she's having these hallucinations in the first place. So she runs off and Sean follows after pushing Charles into a pile of shredded paper. Jason then chases Charles, teleporting into the second story of a building and throwing him out of it, then picking him up and drowning him in a barrel of sewage. Take that, Uncle Charles. Your old-fashioned parenting method is definitely cause for you to be violently drowned in a septic liquid by a terrifying serial killer in a hockey mask.
That's disgusting, man.
Spank your kids.
That's
Jason's
awesome.
coming for you next. With that, we have the final girl circuit.
He's gonna pick the
Jason
head punching
chases Rennie
scene
and Sean onto a subway
as the best
where
kill.
they try to kill him by knocking him onto the third rail. Yeah, like he's never been electrocuted before. Then we get one of the best shots of the entire series in one of the very few scenes they actually were able to shoot in New York. That is Jason Voorhees in the middle of actual Times Square. Despite how bad this movie is, there's no denying how awesome that image is. It's only cheapened a little bit by this hokey bit where Jason shows his face to some punks, causing them to run away in a very Scooby-Doo-like manner. Oh, also, this happens.
You a dead meat slime bag.
Hey, that's me again. They said the name. Rennie and Sean
Dead
run
meat
into a
slime
diner,
bag.
and after Jason follows them inside, a chef approaches Jason and gets thrown into a mirror. I didn't think that counted as a kill, but the internet is telling me it does, so fuck it, here's another death. But seriously, look at the size of that dude. You think he's gonna die from that? Bullshit. Rennie and Sean
Yeah, it's
wind up
bullshit.
in
No,
the
he didn't
sewers,
die.
but the film tries to sell us an even bigger crock of shit than Crystal Lake's supposed passageway
You would
to the
survive that.
Atlantic.
Anybody could survive it. Throw to a wall like that.
The sewer floods out with this stuff every night at midnight.
Yeah, the sewer floods out with toxic waste every night at midnight. Okay. Jason then accosts this sewer worker and, much like the cop, drags him off screen to kill him with a wrench. Although this time we at least get this Hitchcockian silhouette of the kill. Rennie manages to fight back a little, splashing toxic waste into Jason's face, which causes him to rip his mask off and reveal a very dumb-looking face. Wish they had stuck with that gnarly face from part 7, but what are you gonna do? Jason still almost gets Rennie and Sean before
I didn't mind it, but yeah, the other face from the original other film was a lot better.
Like The Shining, but with bullshit. It overcomes Jason and lights him on fire? What? And in the end, somehow reverts him back to his childlike form? Did it really happen? Is it another one of her delusions? Who the fuck cares? This entire shit show makes no fucking sense, and why the fuck was it 100 minutes long? Fuck this movie, let's do the numbers.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever, that whole
20
ending.
people die in Jason Takes Manhattan. 18 of them from Jason and 2 of them from accidents, although Wayne would definitely go to prison for that shit. 15 of the victims are male, with only 5 of them female, the biggest gender imbalance of victims in one of these films yet. At an unreasonable runtime of 100 minutes, we come out to a death on average every 5 minutes, which is on the quicker side for the series. I'm gonna give the golden chainsaw to Julius, because it's such a great moment in the series, and the actor really sells his macho character. Lama's death has a lot
Take
to
your best
choose
shot.
from, but since I didn't even think he was killed, I have to give it to the diner chef. Fun fact though, that actor, Ken Kersinger, would end up replacing Hodder as Jason in Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh
And that's
shit,
it.
I didn't realize
Released
that
in
was him.
1989, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Didn't realize that
Maybe
was
the worst
him.
film in the series.
That's cool.
Wait, what's that? We're doing Jason Goes to Hell next? Join me next week for what may be the worst film in the series. Until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count.
Actually, you just reviewed the
Thank
worst
you
film in the
guys
series for
watching
me.
Kill Count.
Yeah, Jason Takes Manhattan is the worst film of the franchise for me. It's just the most boring. It's not doing anything unique besides, you know, on a boat to Manhattan. If it was actually all in New York when this was taking place, like all in New York, it would have been different. It might have been actually very interesting utilizing the city with Jason, who's used to a simple camp setting. That would have been cool to see more of. But to me, it's so boring. It's got its moments, but it's so boring. It could have been fucking phenomenal, but yeah. Yeah, I can agree with those kills. I for sure can. I still love Charles' death. Charles' death to me was just so fucking fun to watch. I hated that guy. I've known people like him. So like when you see like a guy, he just gets shoved into a dirty, toxic waste looking trash can. It's just disgusting. Sewage, water, who knows. Such a clean guy. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Champion channel, and I'll check you guys out in the next video. Keep it retro and take care.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be doing a reaction. Oh, wow, I can't hear myself. Today we're going to be doing a reaction to. Perfect. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that my mic was like not flubbing up as usual. Scoot that. I'm sorry about that. I'm terrible at this. Crap. I really haven't done this in a while. Oh my gosh, my camera's terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I think we're better. Jordan's gonna, like, flay me for this.